Oprah, Bezos, Katy Perry, and strategic branding. On April 14th, 2025, 6 women soared into space and captured the world's attention. But the real power wasn't in the rocket, it was in the message. And it's a strategic branding masterclass for any expert, entrepreneur, author, or thought leader who wants to launch their brand to the stratosphere. Katy Perry kissed the ground, Oprah wept, and Jeff Bezos watched. This wasn't just a space flight. This was a moment, crafted, shared, and saturated with meaning. This 11-minute trip into space captured the world's attention. Let's break it down and see how you could do the same. I'm Aurora Winter, author of Turn Words into Wealth, and this is Strategic Basics, where we bring you useful business insights from breaking news. Blue Origin launched its first all-female crew aboard the New Shepard rocket on April 14, 2025. The 6 women on board were dubbed the Mercury 6, a bold, symbolic reclaiming of NASA's original all-male Mercury 7. This was more than a launch, it was a legacy pivot. The crew, pop star and new space icon Katy Perry, love her song Roar, Emmy-winning journalist Gayle King, Oprah's best friend, civil rights activist and former NASA scientist Nguyen, aerospace engineer turned tech entrepreneur Aisha Bowe, filmmaker Kerianne Flynn, pilot and media executive Lauren Sánchez, fiance of Jeff Bezos. The mission was intentionally designed to spotlight women in STEM, media and leadership, a curated moment of representation in action. And that is lesson number 1. Visibility isn't vanity, it is strategy. This flight was a case study in who gets seen, doing what, and why it matters. The capsule soared to 62 miles above Earth, reaching speeds over 2,000 miles an hour. But the real acceleration happened in the attention economy. Oprah was in the crowd. Cameras were rolling. The moment was meticulously staged and also deeply personal. Katy Perry carried a single daisy into orbit, a tribute to her daughter, Daisy Dove. After landing, Katy Perry said, quote, "I feel super connected to love. I think this experience has shown me how much love is inside me." She didn't make it about spectacle, she made it about meaning. That's lesson number 2. Symbols create story. Story builds your brand. A single flower told a multi-million person story about love, about legacy, and about what matters most. And that's why it went viral. Gayle King, who confessed to a fear of flying, didn't just fly, she went into orbit. She went into space, my goodness. Gayle King stepped out of the capsule, kissed the ground, thanks Jesus, and then thanked Jeff Bezos, the founder of Blue Origin, a private aerospace company he founded in 2000. During a press conference, Gayle King addressed the critics directly. Quote, "I've heard people refer to this as a ride. I resent that. This was a journey." I love that, end quote. That one word, journey, shifted the whole frame. Words matter. This wasn't a stunt. It wasn't escapism. It was a public act of courage, representation, and reinvention. If you were building a brand, writing a book, or sharing your story, that distinction is everything. So, what was at the emotional core of this mission? Nguyen said seeing the Earth from space felt like, quote, a surreal meditation, end quote. She also said, quote, "I saw how small we are and how powerful we can be," end quote. And that's what every great message does. It makes the personal universal. It makes the abstract real. Lauren Sánchez said she felt a responsibility to represent, quote, "women who never thought they'd be here," end quote. That's not fluff, that's messaging. And that touched me. Because your story isn't just about you, it's about the people who see themselves in your story. How can you craft a story that resonates with others? And here's what this moment can teach every thought leader. You don't need to be famous, you don't even need to fly into space to apply these messages. You do need to be intentional, visible, and visceral. You do need to make the abstract concrete and specific. with your own version of a daisy. Because if you don't define your message, the world will define it for you. Here are 5 strategic takeaways every expert, entrepreneur, and creator can use right away to build their brand strategically. Number 1, name your journey. Don't let someone else reduce your transformation or trivialize it. When they call it a ride, you can call it a rebirth. Own your frame. Number 2, use symbolism. One daisy, one quote, one public fear of flying overcome. Your most powerful branding tools are elegant in their simplicity and clarity. Number 3, lead with authentic vulnerability. Gayle King didn't hide her fear of flying, she shared it. And in sharing that fear, it became relatable. Double down on being human. Number 4, choose your words. Shape your brand. Ride implies luxury, but journey implies purpose and transformation. Don't just communicate, curate. And number 5, design your moment. This launch wasn't accidental, it was designed, and you can do the same with your story, your book, your platform. Launch on purpose. And here's the good news, you don't have to go into space to launch your brand to the next level. Your daisy might be the first sentence in your book. Your capsule might be the TEDx stage. Your journey might be your first book, pitch, or podcast, or maybe your first million. But if you show up with clarity, intention, and heart, you will be seen, you will connect, and you will lead. Design your message and tell your story so powerfully it becomes unforgettable. Because messages move markets, and your voice belongs at the table, or in this case, the launch pad. Until next time, I'm Aurora Winter, and this is Strategic Basics.